Hi, this is Greg, and this is one of my favorite subjects that I'm going to talk to you about today. It's called the alternative universe, and I'm going to tell you in this video not only what it is, but how you can use it to profit in your own life. So stay tuned, because it's coming your way. Okay, so the alternative universe, there's nothing really, mysterious or secret about it. I'm sure many of you have thought about something similar to it. Another way of thinking about it is contrarian thought, which a lot of people have been involved in their lives. But the alternative universe really is the ability to look at things in a different way from most people and then to act on it. The way that I'm talking about here is whenever you look at something, a situation, whether it be an investment, a personal situation, something personal in your life, or some other kind of situational experience that you're having, you look at what everyone is doing and you observe, right? So it's the power of observing. So you're observing what people are doing, and then you're doing the opposite. Okay? You're observing what they're doing, focusing, categorizing, and then doing the opposite. Okay? Now, this can be applied in your personal life. This can be applied in your business life. This can be applied in the stock market. This can be applied when you're buying real estate. This can be applied in so many different areas of your life, and there's really a lot of truth to it, and especially in business, you can really profit from it. The best example I like to use of this, and really the way that I learned it, was from observing things in ski areas. Okay, now I am an avid skier. I've been skiing all of my life. And when I go skiing, I keep my eyes open and I observe things around me, and I've learned many things about crowd behavior, and more specifically about human behavior. Now, in a ski area, you have many people, right? You have a crowd generally on most days, especially on the weekends, and it gives you the opportunity to observe how people deal with lines, how people deal with lunch, how people deal with motivation, and how people just deal with life in general. Now, that may sound funny, but let me explain what I mean. There's two types of people, at least two types of people that go skiing, okay? One guy is what I call the early bird type, right? Which is generally someone who's renting a room or taking a vacation where they're laying out a lot of money to go skiing, and they want to be the first one on the mountain. Or in the case of a powder day, they want to get first tracks. Okay, so generally, if you look at the parking area of a ski area in the morning, it usually fills up quite quickly with all the early birds, okay? So in this particular case, one thing that I do particularly, and my kids and my family make fun of me because of this, but there really is a reason behind it. Instead of being the first one there, like most people, because most people are going to think that way, I usually get there, maybe around 10:30, maybe even 11 o'clock. Because if I ski from 11 o'clock to 4, believe me, that's plenty of time to ski if you ski hard like I do. So there's no reason for me to get there at 9, right? But by doing that, a lot of people, if you get there, say, by 11, a lot of the early birds, or some of the early birds, are leaving by that point, right? So they're coming off the slope. So some of those parking spaces are vacating, right? So what do? I drive around. I always get some great parking space. Instead of parking 3 miles away and taking some shuttle bus or something like that, I pull right in front, right into the space. I always get the best available. It's like amazing, right? But as you can see, this is an example of the alternative universe. Most people think getting there early is better. Most people think if you get there at 11, that's no good. You're wasting half the day. You're wasting most of the morning. But the fact is, if you get there at 11, you'll get the next benefit I'm about to talk about, which is lunchtime, okay? Now, all the early birds, the people that get there, by the time 12 rolls around, 12:30 rolls around, they're starving, right? Because they've been working out, skiing, etc., etc. So by 12:30, they're starving. So what do? They all go in for lunch, right? What am I doing? I got out by 11. I ate breakfast a little bit later. I'm doing fine. So by the time everyone else is in eating lunch, what am I doing? I'm in the lift line with no lines. I'm going up and down. I'm skiing my brains out. Everyone else is where? They're in the cafeteria. And what's in the cafeteria? All the people, all the crowds. So they're waiting in line for half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, getting their lunch when I'm out there skiing, having a good time, enjoying myself. So what happens when I start getting hungry around 2 o'clock? Everyone's coming out from lunch, right? To get their afternoon in. What do? Slip in. No lines. Easy to find a seat. Everything's just going great. So what's next? I eat lunch in a relaxed manner. Plenty of room all around. Everything's smooth and great. Around 2:30, I'm going out again. 2:45. So what's happening now? Now everybody's getting tired, right? And they're thinking about, I want to go in the lodge, have a little drinky poo, get all ginned up, because they're getting tired, because let's face it, most people are not in great shape. But at 2:30, I'm feeling good. I just ate lunch. I'm going to ski right till 4. And during that entire time period, the crowds are diminishing. I'm going up and down and up and down. By the time 4 o'clock comes around, I'm completely done and I'm ready to call it a day. Okay, but I have basically implemented the alternative universe thinking throughout this entire period. Just gonna wait for this train to go by. Great studio I got here. So how can you profit by this concept? All right, the world's greatest investor, Warren Buffett, frequently has said, be greedy when people are fearful and fearful when people are greedy. Okay, truer words were never spoken, especially when it has to do with the stock market. Now, I've said on previous videos, and I'd invite you to look at them, trouble ahead for the stock market was one, and another one was the stock market makes no sense, which I will put at the end of this video so you can see them. The market, in my belief, has never been so extended and has never been in such a extreme bubble as it is now because of Fed money printing and securities buying and just forcing so much money into the market. So now is a point in time when valuations are at all-time historic highs. Now is the time to be fearful and be thinking to yourself, what could go wrong? What could upset the market? What could make it go down? And now is a very good time to consider taking some money off the table. Now, that's not to say that the market could go higher. Nobody can predict the short-term movements in the stock market, but I would say now is a very good time to look at the market or look at particular positions that you have and say to yourself, it might be a good time to take some chips off the table, because as I've said in previous videos, I think that the risks are very high for many, many reasons which I won't go into now. You can look at the other videos, but I think the risks are very, very high for a further downturn in the market. Here's another example, okay? Another example of a market that I'm very close to, New York real estate, New York City real estate, that is. Right now, complete S show, okay? I won't say it because some children might be watching. You know what I mean though. complete devastation in the market. Nobody likes it. Everybody hates it. As I've described the New York marketplace in previous videos, one was called Under Siege, which you can see below in the description. The market is under complete siege right now. Multi-family real estate, especially stabilized apartments, nobody wants them. Everybody hates them. Values have gone down 30%. What does that tell you? That tells you now's the time to start looking at New York City real estate, because everybody's going this way and that way. You want to go this way, right? And this is another example. And I think in real estate in general, except for residential is on its own path, and particularly the suburban areas are seeing tremendous demand because a lot of people are moving out of the large urban areas and into these suburban areas. So the demand for housing there is going up. So I leave that residential aside. I'm talking about commercial real estate. So anyway, you can see that this universe, this alternative universe is real, okay? It is due to your powers of observation, your ability to see what the crowd is doing and to use your judgment and go the other way is a way not only to apply it to your personal life, but also to gain advantage in your business and investing life. I'm going to ask you to do something very important right now. There's going to be a screen coming up with 2 previous videos that I did, which I'd like you to watch. One is called The Stock Market Makes No Sense, and the other one is called Stock Market Trouble Ahead, and I would like you to watch both of them, or one of them. And I would also like you to like this video and also subscribe. Okay? Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.